That's like it's like the difference between Rush and Yes. Like they're all in their 50s at this point, and like Rush is still, you know, Neil Peart's the second drummer, but it's Rush. It's still the three guys, and they still their new album is like one of the best albums they've ever done. They just rip, and then you go see Yes. And they're all wearing these like flowing robes, and it's like there's like one of the original members in the band. They're like, we're just gonna focus on the stuff after Owner of a Lonely Heart. You're like, no, don't do that.
What?
Yeah, but Yes had never had a consistent lineup at all. Like they went through people, like people go like the guys go through girlfriends do.
They sound so fucking.
They don't do Yours Is No Disgrace.
Oh, dude, I watched a live concert DVD of theirs one night.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there the whole time because I wanted to hear stuff off of Close to the Edge and Fragile and all that stuff. And I waited and waited for Roundabout, and they did an acoustic blues version of Roundabout. I almost threw a fucking wrench through my TV set.
That's so fucking
Do you know
presumptuous.
the lead singer would get there the day before, I think John Anderson's name is, and sleep on the stage when he could overnight in a tent.
Asshole.
He's just one of those guys.
In a tent.
A weird guy.
That's dick.
That's like when you hear the stories about Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and they say that Sean Penn slept on set so he could inhabit the role of Spicoli.
Really?
You're like, look, he was really good in that movie at all, but I mean, for Christ's sake.
No, but I know this is true.
I'm saying it's.
Would he really do that?
No, yeah, I'm not making that up. I was agreeing.
He would?
Did you make your thing up?
No.
Oh, yeah, we're both telling the truth.
Fuck it, he would really sleep on the set.
Yeah, they said he would put a hammock on the set because that's what Spicoli would do.
Boy.
But it works for him.
Oh, just act.
He's so good.
Don't try to become the person.
Did you ever watch the Doors DVD? The bonus features Oliver Stone's talking about how brilliant Val Kilmer was, and he goes, Val insisted that he be called Jim starting 2 weeks into rehearsals.
I hate that
Right?
shit.
Here's the best part.
Actors.
He goes, we sent a memo out letting the cast and crew know they were only allowed to refer to Val as Jim, and they're going through interviews with everybody, and they're all going, he was so brilliant, and he was just inhabited the role. They get to Frank Whaley, and Frank Whaley goes, yeah, I remember getting that memo. It said we were only allowed to refer to him as Jim. From that point on, I only referred to Val as asshole. And he goes, that helped my performance.
He didn't like him?
That's literally the whole clip. He doesn't get into anymore. But I just love that he said that.
I hear he's a real jerk off. I've never met him, but I hear he's a twat.
But they said,
giant
I
now.
think on one of the Fast Times documentaries or something, they said Sean Penn did that too. You had to call him Spicoli or Jeff or whatever on set.
I give credit to it in hindsight. Like hearing about it makes you go, like, "What a douche." But when you see what Sean Penn did or what Val Kilmer did in that, it's like, God, it worked because they were fucking amazing. Yeah. When you're that good at something, it's like whatever it takes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think it really takes that?
Some
Or
of them
they
are
could
method weird actors,
Or they
dude.
could just get on in front of a camera without all that horse shit and still be able to just act.
I think to reach that like sort of legendary status like Sean Penn,
You got to be a
has,
dickbag.
Yeah, you got to be a self-absorbed douchebag where you're going to put everybody. I mean, look, Richard Pryor, arguably the greatest comedian that ever lived, was probably a fucking nightmare to be around as a human being. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's doing coke again. He's fucking his fucking assist, whatever shit he was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but you go, look at the work.
He does good.
That
Yeah,
special's
he
really
does good.
funny.
Right.
Yeah. You know?
Louis tells a story about when he worked for Conan. He had to do something with Martin Sheen, and they had to talk to him on the phone about a sketch they were going to do when Sheen was on Conan. And he said he was doing some play where he was playing either General Lee or one of those guys from the Civil War. And he said when he talked to Martin Sheen on the phone, I guess it was in between takes, but he was talking like that. Well, I would like to know. That's what he does.
I think it's what was that sequel to that?
Martin
Gettysburg
Sheen
or
was
something?
playing Foghorn Leghorn.
I'll see.
Yeah, I did a very
I
bad
keep
impression.
hitting him and you keep missing him, son. Boy's about as sharp as a sack of bowling balls.
Sack of wet mice was always funny
A sack
too.
of wet
Because
mice.
they're not sharp at all.
No. That was. I think he was doing that Gettysburg sequel.
Oh, maybe,
or something,
yeah.
Wasn't he? Yeah. He's like filming. Wow.
Yeah,
I'll see. Was he really?
I wasn't, no,
in this-
but he was talking like he was General Lee or whoever he was playing.
Weird. Actors are fucking
But
weirdos.
to get out of that character, like to get once you have a fucking a speech pattern down, it might be hard to break it and then get back into it 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
Acting's fucking hard, man.
Louis Beans.
Exactly.
Maybe he's just in character all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like weird when you see I was watching a blooper reel on a DVD last night, and they're like in the scene, and then the actor, like, they're in the cadence of the scene, like, okay, we're gonna, and then he goes, shit, that wasn't the line, I fucked it up. Okay, let's do it again. And it's funny.
Oh, he stays in it.
Yeah, but as I was watching, I was like, oh, he's not. I don't think he's doing it to be funny. I think he's just like in like the emotion of the scene, and he doesn't want to jump out of it and start laughing.
That doesn't sound hilarious like fucking Burt Reynolds bloopers.
Cannonball Run when Dom DeLuise goes.
The greatest.
Yeah.
The greatest.
Look, he put his finger in a busboy's hiney.
Look, he's sucking a young man's dick.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
He's grabbing his chest and he's fucking humped over in the fucking back of the semi.
This is the great. They just slap at each other in the
turn
face.
That up a little bit. That's the end of Cannonball Run.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait a minute, I got something. This will help. No, I'm not gonna hit you. No, I'm not gonna hit you. I'm not gonna hit you. Now, listen to me. I swear to God, I'm not gonna hit you. Watch. Okay. I'm ready now. Here we go.
He was smacking him in the face.
Look at this. He hits him right here.
He's like laughing.
I'm ready. I swear to God, I'm ready. We're off. Where's he gonna sit? Where's he gonna sit?
Dean Martin smacking Sammy Davis.
I want you not to interfere in my affairs.
Stephen, put away Seymour, excuse me.
That's all right. I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Not right,
You see,
enough
even
bloopers.
in the deepest
Dude,
I know what are we doing? What is this? The fucking blooper hour?
Yeah.
What are we fucking Blooper City? What are we fucking Blooper Incorporated? Blooper.com?
that fucking scene when they're outside the ambulance and they have that crazy doctor on the inside, and
Yeah.
the cop goes, I rewind it over and over where the cop goes, if you got to get her to the hospital so urgently, how come you're driving and not flying? And Tom DeLuise goes, I don't know. We're just the drivers. Ask the doctor. No. But he has that realization of how crazy that fucking doctor is.
She's suffering from delirious tremendum.
Oh, and he says he's a proctologist and he runs his finger under the guy's nose.
Yeah.
It's funny stuff.
Do you know when I had a laugh like that with me and Bobby Kelly when we were doing Amy Schumer's pilot, and we played the fucking creepy massage therapist, and it was the next to the last thing we were shooting, and Amy has to walk into the counter, and me and Bob pop up from the sides as the creepy therapist, and we fucking couldn't get through it without
Couldn't
laughing.
stop
Dude,
laughing.
it was one of those things where I'm like, I'm going to ruin this fucking show. Because it gets to a point where like, all right, I'm not enjoying this anymore. I'm literally...
But you can't stop.
I couldn't look at her. Yeah,
Yeah,
every time
yeah.
we saw her, it was just, you can't stop.